Hey, so in this video, you're going to learn the basic technical aspects to uploading your ebook to Amazon using KDP Select. Now, we get here just by going to kdp.amazon.com, and you can get in here using your Amazon username and password. So if you already have an Amazon username and password, you actually already have a direct publishing account, and that makes it super easy. If not, you definitely want to go ahead and get your Amazon username and password. And then once you're in your publishing account, you click Add Book, and you go into your bookshelf here, and that's how we got to this page. Now, beginning here, you see KDP Select. Now, this is definitely something that you want to go ahead and enroll in, and there's a couple of reasons. First is, yes, it does make your book exclusive to Kindle for 90 days, but I really wouldn't worry about that too much, especially since Kindle is by far the largest ebook purveyor and marketplace out there today. So that's not too much of a big deal. But more importantly, what KDP Select allows you to do is go ahead and promote your book for 5 days. You can do it all at once or over a period of time, but it's really recommended that you go ahead and do it for 5 days consecutively. It allows you to promote your book for free for 5 days, and that is really important because it allows people to download your book for free and give you the all-important reviews that are going to be necessary to really catapult your ebook marketing. So definitely enroll in KDP Select. Now, before we get started here, I've just kind of organized all the stuff that I'm going to need to put into these input fields already. So I have, just the basic title information and the description information. Also the book itself here, and I'm just using sort of an example, definitely a sample book on apartment real estate investing. And then we've got our cover here as well. So all that stuff is ready to go. I'll go ahead and start by copy and pasting the title here and putting it in. Now keep in mind, back at the beginning of this play, you did some keyword research and through Google Keyword Tool, and also assessed Amazon demand. Now depending on your results in that search on those keywords, those results are going to hugely determine what keywords you put in your title. Because again, the Amazon Marketplace works just like Google. So it's really basic SEO stuff where you're going to want to be researching the keywords, and the best keywords you're going to want to go ahead and put into your title, the ones that relate most to your topic that keep popping up. Long tail, of course, and also you're going to want to put those into your description, and also in the categories that we'll be choosing later for the book. So keywords are hugely important. Make sure you're using your ebook idea validator, generator and validator spreadsheet, and getting all the keywords you have done research on in there. Now the next question is this book part of a series? For this example, we're not going to click that box. Although normally I would say always keep your eyes peeled for ebook topics that will make a great series. Now normally apartment investing is actually a perfect example of a series. There isn't very much competition out there for a series, but there is a lot of demand for that topic, and producing small, short, digestible bits of ebook content offer a great opportunity to get some more downloads, get good reviews, and also sort of up the quality a little bit and boost your price. So great opportunity for a series here. In this example, we're not going to click that. Now we want to make sure we copy and paste in our description. We're going to have that here. And just to reiterate again, description is keyword rich. Make sure that we have the spacing that we want. That looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and add our contributors. So in this case, the author's name is going to be Tim McDevitt. And again, this is kind of something to keep in mind, especially when you're starting out. You don't really want to be publishing books with your actual name, especially if they aren't reviewed well. You're going to be learning and starting out for the first time. You definitely want to keep that information sort of private. So basic common practice. Make sure you choose a different name. So next up here, of course, you definitely want to publish the book here in English. Publication date, the publisher, and the ISBN. Since it's a digital book, really wouldn't worry too much about this information. However, down the road, the great thing about digital publishing is if you do want to have this information changed, you can definitely edit that at any time. So step 2, we want to verify our publishing rights. Now, absolutely stay away from this at all costs. Publishing public domain work, things from Wikipedia, either as your own or, even if your ebook is full of that information and it's properly cited, Amazon, of course, crawls all of that data. They'll make a match to the stuff that already exists out there, and you'll get a big slap on the wrist. At least a big slap on the wrist. Otherwise, you'll probably be stripped of your ability to publish on Kindle. We definitely don't want that to happen. So make sure that you click this is not a public domain work. You do hold the rights. And remember, if you kind of followed the milestone where you're creating your content and the task where you're creating your content, by speaking it and outlining, you should have no problem having put together content that is in your own words and private to you. Next, we're going to pick the categories to target your book customers. So this definitely relates back to the reader persona work that you had done, and definitely keywords. So I've gone ahead and selected keywords that we want to rank for this particular ebook. We're looking at business and economics, real estate, reference, handbooks, and manuals. So I'm going to go through here, pick these categories. Actually, looks like I already did them a little bit earlier, so those are already preloaded in here. And Amazon, of course, I'd love to be able to pick multiple categories. There's a lot that kind of fits the keywords that I'm looking for, but Amazon only allows you to pick 2. Now, Amazon also allows you to pick up to 7 keywords or key phrases for your ebook. And again, remember that this is definitely some of the research that you had done in the beginning about keywords that were coming up constantly. Also keywords it looks like your competitors were going after. So these again are from your ebook idea generator and validator worksheets and research you had already done. So definitely put those in there. Sometimes you see people not adding tags. You're not going to rise to the top of your category, let alone be found, without putting this information in, all 7. So make sure that is nice and rich. Then you're going to upload your book cover, which I've already done here. In the pro tip to the previous milestone, when you were designing your cover, there was a link to Amazon's parameters for the book covers. Definitely want to follow those to make sure it looks the best that it can. Remember, people do judge a book by its cover. You want to make sure those look great. For our purposes, this is a pretty neat looking cover. Now it's time to go ahead and upload your book, finally. So the first option here is about digital rights management. Now, it sounds great, right? It sounds like they're going to be protecting your book from people downloading it illegally and whatnot, but it's really important that you click Do Not Enable Digital Rights Management, and there's a couple reasons. First is, if you do enable the digital rights, it might restrict the types of devices that your ebook can show up on. Of course, we want to make it available to as many people as possible. So we want to make sure that it's showing up on iPhones, iPads, whoever else might have a different sort of device that does have the Kindle app on it. We want to make sure it shows up on those, and of course on all Kindle devices out there. The other thing is, by doing that, you're allowing as many people as possible to share, distribute, and borrow, and then ultimately rate your book. So that is the goal, and will be super important for the huge marketing push that you're going to be doing next. So do not enable digital rights management. Now, I've already preloaded my book here, so you want to preview your book. It has a Kindle converter. So you want to click on that button, and it's going to allow you to choose your device. We want to make sure that it's done for the most basic Kindle. So usually the title page will go ahead and show up here. Looks like it's not. So we're going to want to go back and make sure that the title page does show up. There it is on there. So the Kindle Fire, it's very good. Get your title page, again, keyword rich, your copyright, table of contents, again, another opportunity to put in some great keywords. And again, throughout your book content, you really want to make sure that you are kind of putting in those keywords that you have done research on. So this actually looks, for our purposes, looks pretty darn good. Great. So the next step is we're going to go ahead and save and continue, and we're going to get on to pricing.